European leaders are meeting in Brussels with two big topics to discuss. One, how Europe will position itself in the trade war between the US and China, and the other, what's next for Brexit. UK Prime Minister Theresa May is at the summit to try and persuade European leaders to delay the UK's exit from the EU beyond March the 29th. The EU says that is possible, provided her Brexit deal has support in Parliament. France's President Emmanuel Macron has suggested if MPs don't back her deal next week, the UK is likely to leave without any deal at all.
This delay is a matter of personal regret to me, but a short extension would give Parliament the time to make a final choice that delivers on the result of the referendum. But we must also not forget that we're here as leaders of 28 countries discussing the global challenges that we face. And I've always said that although we're leaving the European Union, of course we will continue to have shared interests, notably among those our shared security and prosperity.
And TRT World's Simon McGregor-Wood joins me now from Brussels. Thank you for being with us, Simon. So the UK has requested a delay on its exit from the EU, and the EU has just agreed it's possible. What's the latest you're hearing?
Well, we're hearing from the draft of the EU Council's response to Theresa May's request that they will consider an extension until the 22nd of May. Now, you might remember that earlier in the week, in her letter to Donald Tusk, the President of the EU Council and effectively the host of this summit, that she wanted an extension up until June the 30th. May the 22nd, it's clearly shorter. The reasoning behind it is that the EU parliamentary elections, the voting process starts on the 23rd of May, and I don't think the European Union or the UK wants to participate in that process of trying to elect British members of the European Parliament if the UK is on the way out of the Union. So cutting the deadline back to the 22nd of May removes that complication from the process. But, and it's a huge but, any extension will be conditional, as we suspected, on the UK passing the withdrawal deal, the one that we know now so notoriously has already been defeated twice heavily in the House of Commons. That's what Theresa May has to do for the EU to even consider this extension.
Well, as you say, this bill has already not been passed twice. What is the likelihood that it will pass next week?
Well, I think Theresa May is really running out of room. I think many have suspected throughout this process that she was running down the clock, playing a game of political chicken with her own MPs. But the evidence suggests, the mood music in Westminster suggests, that she's misjudged it. Her credibility has diminished both here and there. Anyone you ask in Westminster or here doesn't rate her chances of getting this deal through Parliament very highly at all. You'll remember that last night she made this statement where she attempted to distance herself from the blame for the crisis, suggesting that she was on the side of the people and it was the MPs who were standing in the way of delivering Brexit. That has gone down very badly, and we understand that even a number of MPs who last week, for the second vote, supported the deal on the basis of what she said last night, are withdrawing their support for it. So the chance of getting it through next week seems to be very, very slim.
So a big question, what are her options then?
Well, that's the big question. I think here people are secretly bracing themselves for the fact that the deal will be defeated for the third time. There is already talk of an emergency summit next week, maybe Thursday, maybe even Friday the 29th. The original Brexit deadline day, midnight the 29th, where I think they will offer the British government some kind of longer extension, but it will come with conditions. It could be a 9-month or 12-month or even longer. But to get that extension, the EU leaders must be convinced that the British, and in particular Prime Minister Theresa May, is open to a completely new political approach, that she will open the floor, if you like, to other ideas about the future relationship. Would it be a customs union like Norway has? Could it allow for a second referendum to be thrown back to the British people? So the European Union would want a significant political change of direction for a long extension to be offered securely. And I think the big question then would be, what would Theresa May be willing to accept? Would she accept the conditions that the EU impose on her and risk tearing apart her own political party? Would she embrace no deal as the best option? It really will be an extraordinarily crucial moment of choice for her. But I think people are preparing for that 11th hour crisis next week.
OK, in TRT World, Simon McGregor-Wood, thanks for joining us from Brussels.